In Author's Corner this time around, a conversation with Cynthia Chase. Her book, From Stressed to Blessed, 3 Simple Steps to Learn Meditation and Change Your Life. Oh, how many people have told me, I just can't meditate. She and I had a wonderful off-air conversation, and so I'm excited to introduce you to Cynthia here on America Tonight with me, Kate Delaney. Hey, Cynthia, thanks for coming on.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. I'm honored to be with you today.
What led you to write this book?
Well, let's go back a few years. I was going through a divorce. I had 4 young children, and I was in graduate school in Southern California, which was quite a flight away from me. And I had to find a way to pull it all together so that everything would work. I was one day at school speaking with a friend, and she suggested I learn meditation. Went back home, sought out a meditation teacher, and that was it. After the first couple of classes, I knew that this was the answer for me.
So in your book, that's what, you found the answer. It changed your life. And you put this together, and you've got the step-by-step that you can do here, right?
Yes, I narrowed it down. I wanted to tell in the book the 5 steps for meditation. I don't tell the why, just the how, because the why will come about as you meditate. I've been meditating over, about 30 years now. And you just find that you learn along the way. You learn new things about yourself and about the world around you.
So tell us a couple of the steps.
Okay, I'll begin with the first one. And that is to find, let's go back even a little bit more. Breathing. The breath helps us all to calm ourselves from the top of our head down to our toes. And think about how often you go into work and you've got a lot to do, or even just sitting down, just waiting for a call with you. I had to take a few breaths and be ready for it. So it helps us to calm our bodies. It calms our mind. Our thoughts drift away. Our heartbeat slows down. And that's the perfect way to enter into meditation if you have the opportunity to do that. I do stress, it's one of my 5 steps, that breathing. And there are different ways to breathe, but just slowly breathing can help you to enter into a good meditation.
Wow. Yeah, you can feel that when you do that. I hope people that are listening just try that now. I think people don't know how to breathe, Cynthia.
Well, there are many different ways of breathing that can be used, but I'll share the one, I'll tell you partially about what it is. And eventually I'd like to take people through with just a very short example of what meditation is like. But let's breathe through your nose, deeply, smoothly, very slowly, and then exhale slowly, and inhale, and exhale. And that's a pretty fast way to teach how to breathe.
Wow. I just did that for everybody that's out there listening to us. It feels good. It does have a calming effect.
Yes, I found it did for me. Nothing's the same for everybody. So sometimes you have to find your own way.
Yeah. Wow. So tell us more about the book.
Okay. I give an example in the book. I don't want to give away a surprise about how it helped me through life. Because life is full of surprises and full of challenges and full of good things. But I definitely wanted to share this with everybody. I didn't write about meditation until this book, the beginning of COVID, and I saw all around me the illness of COVID, the worries that people had. And I wanted to help. And that's what meditation does. And that's when I wrote the book. So it was a number of years in between learning meditation and then writing the book. And my hope is, my desire is that it will go out to many, many people and help them in their lives. It's not just about helping you with everyday things. It helps you to grow yourself spiritually, which always is an added benefit when it comes to facing challenges and just living your life.
For you, you talked about going to grad school in Santa Barbara. You talked about the 4 young children and how much this changed your life. Writing this book, what did that feel like for you?
I was determined to get the book written, and many nights I spent late at night writing. That seemed to be one of my best times when I wasn't disrupted by anything. And it felt great. I'd never written a book before, so I didn't quite know, but I had a wonderful editor, and she helped me a lot in terms of expressing things in the book. It was not huge changes. I wrote the book in a very simple language, and that was so people from the age of about 11, 12, all the way up can read it and get the message for them.
Yeah, and you talk about from stress to blessed, and there's so much stress that's going on. I mean, this can help individuals with demanding jobs. You talk about that, students, anyone. I mean, it's really for any age, I think.
I agree. Yes. As a matter of fact, teachers are beginning to use meditation in the classroom. I think most of them don't name it that, but when the class is in chaos and nobody's listening, they'll get their attention and ask them to just sit quietly and begin to breathe. And then they might suggest a couple of things and then bring them up and back into the classroom. So I think it started as an organic movement, and now it's gotten to be very popular, and I love that.
And it's interesting too. Yeah, it's interesting too for you that it was so big for you. You got a meditation teaching certificate, right?
Yes, I do. I have tried many different styles of meditation, and for the most of it, it's TM, Transcendental Meditation, but I've added some other things too. From different teachers that I've had. It was very interesting to travel around and just to learn from different teachers.
Yeah. So when people read your book, From Stressed to Blessed, and they learn these 5 simple steps to, meditation, to learn meditation and change your life, and you're saying it throughout this conversation, but what do you hope people take away?
More of a sense of awareness, I think, is what I would say is a sense of calmness, awareness of what's going on within them and outside of themselves. The past is in the past, and certainly there are things that we have learned, and we bring that with us into the present. The future is the future. We don't know what that's going to be. The most important thing that we can do is to stay in the present and live life from this focus. This comes from Eckhart Tolle, and I really grabbed onto it because it felt so good to me. And practice it yourself. I encourage people to do this when you find you're in a bind, when you're upset and angry, or just don't know what to do. Stay in the moment. That's the most important thing, and you'll find that you calm down and you can begin to look at situations differently. I think that's one of the greatest lessons for me from meditation is I look at the world in a different perspective than I did before I started.
Yeah, there's something about that, right? Because we all go through things in life. No matter how much you're soaring, there's things that can happen: health issues, financial, job loss, problems, relationships. And it's about getting that joy, that centeredness, that happiness, isn't it?
Yes, it is, because you recognize that no matter what you're going through, you're calm and you can get through it. And certainly there are times when we lose a beloved one, or there's a health problem, and you just look at it from a different way. There's some things we can't change in life. I can't change that both of my parents passed away at a time when I still had questions and things along those lines, but it helps you to deal with it in a different manner.
Oh, so true. Perfect place to end this. You can go to Cynthia's site, CynthiaChase.com. You can get the book there. You can look at her blog and all kinds of other things, or pick up the book on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Cynthia, thanks.
Oh, thank you for having me today.